Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to the channel. So today we're starting out in my cottage garden and we're about to head over to my mom's and we're going to be working on some flower beds there. Opie is telling you hi, whining from the ground. These are the tomatoes and peppers I started from seed for my mom. With the exception of back over here closest to me, I have 2 cucumber seedlings I bought from the store. I put 4 of them in the cottage garden and I saved her 2. So let's go get these to her house. I was gonna say let's go get these in the ground, but they're not ready yet. We've got to do some bed prep. So I'm over here at Mom's. I wanted to show you a few things, and I think since this video will probably be pretty quick, we might do like a 1-month update tour on that flower bed we put in here also. So that'd be fun. But I want to show you, my husband did go through and spray all the gravel with like Roundup or something like it, and it worked really well. I don't know if you remember, but we had a lot of grass over here. Well, you can actually see the brown stuff is the dead grass. This is how much gravel was actually here. And then he ran out. So the gravel does go all the way up there, but we just need to get some more. But wow, look at that. That is a lot of gravel and a lot of parking, which is awesome. Good thing to have. So here's one of the projects we're going to be working on today. You can see we've got, it'd be nicer if this was kind of rounded, but whatever. Not going to be picky. Anyways, yard's looking great. Everything looks great. We've had so much rain. So let me just preface this with, my sister and I got this arch, so cute, from Amazon, and the 2 hibiscus for Mom for Mother's Day. But then road noise. But then we have had so much rain here in Arkansas, like so much rain. And so we've just not been able to move forward on this project. And then we got the raised beds for the vegetable garden in the back. So hopefully we'll be working on that today in this video too. But let me show you this adorable arch. Pretty much from the first moment that I kind of imagined what I would want to do landscape wise here, I pictured an arch here because this is where everyone parks when we're just like popping by real quick. From all that last rain, we did move a few of those blocks to here because they just ended there, and this area really floods a lot. It's just a low point in the yard. But anyways, yeah, so I guess this is where this is going to be. I feel like this kind of is crooked. I wonder if Riley put this together for Mom. Yeah, this is totally crooked. Look at the arch. So I'm definitely going to straighten that up before I put soil in it. Mom got this soil, went with a cheap topsoil. I brought fertilizer with me. We're going to add amendments. So we're basically going, and these are bigger than I expected. Let me just tell you that. Way bigger. The only goal for this was to grow morning glories across it. And then my sister got these hibiscus, which will fill in about half of the side. So definitely need to find some other annuals to pop in here since the morning glories will go up. So this is what we're going to be working on. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get started on this before I do the vegetables. Yeah, because that's, I don't know if Riley put the vegetables in the raised bed. Oh, plants fell. In the back where they go, or if they're just put together in the house. So we'll tackle this bed first. Also, Mom is not here right now. She is running some errands, and she may be back by the end of the video, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, so that definitely took longer than expected. This is bowed right here. So I can't get that any straighter, which is really annoying. It's really bothering me. Much improved though. I pulled it up where it will meet the gravel, and then I'll just have my husband spray right in front of them so he doesn't have to weed eat right there, because that would just be annoying. And before they were like 2 feet back in the grass. So anyways, I'm gonna get these filled up. Okay, after filling the first bed, filling the first bed, we're not gonna have enough soil based on what she got here. She got some more soil in the back, I hope, for the other raised beds. So thankfully she's at Walmart right now running her errands. So I told her more soil and we need some annuals. So she's picking those up. So I don't know if she's not back before I leave, if I'll just have to come back and do it a different day, or if she'll finish or what. But anyway, we're going to do what we can do. So I'm going to get this soil in here, and then we'll probably move to the vegetable beds, because I do have to do some landscape fabric and stuff. So that'll take some time. But yeah, I don't want to plant these plants I have here until we have more soil. And I can't obviously do the morning glory seeds. But this little guy right here is a little annual she picked up. It doesn't get real big, and she was looking for a place for it, and I was like, okay, we can pop it in here. These hibiscus are yellow with a burgundy center. This little annual is purple. I told her if she could find some yellow annuals, like yellow petunias or something, they would look great with it. So we'll see what she finds. Okay, so I got the other soil in, and wanted to say one thing I'm doing to mitigate the crappy soil, because it's just cheap, much more affordable to fill a new raised bed, to use the really affordable topsoil stuff. So one thing I'm doing to mitigate that is I'm adding fertilizer on the top of this layer before we add more soil. I will also do some around, I think, yeah, not in the planting hole. Sometimes I feel like these pellets will actually maybe burn a plant's roots. So I like to do it on the top of the soil surface. This is how I fertilize all my stuff every 2 weeks in my gardens. So for now, I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top of this. Marcy, lots of traffic today. So I'm just using this rose food because it's just what I had handy and available. And it'll do because all flowers are going in here anyways. And in case you missed my reel recently talking about these fertilizers, this is 12, 6, 10. The difference between flower fertilizer and vegetable fertilizer is that there's more potash, which is this last number, and that's what helps things flower. So that is why you can use it on vegetables. Just wouldn't want to do this like year round, or it'll be spending a lot of energy on pushing buds and not growing big and tall. Anyway, so there's that. I'm going to clean up this mess, and we're going to head to the back and see what we've got going on back there. So Riley and I were out here in the back looking at our options. This is the soil that we have for the raised beds. This is one of the raised beds. I got these two both on Amazon as well. The other one is right there. So we're talking about placement. Let me show you this area. If this was in my yard, this would all be garden. But we're setting this up for Mom, and all she needs is these two raised beds, which are just for tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. So, and she's not going to be out here a lot. There's like a cute little bench on Amazon. I was thinking about getting her to have a place to like sit and take a break. This fountain is really cute. I've showed you in other videos that eventually we'll probably take out all this stuff. But anyways, and then that's lilies over there that are done. So I was originally going to landscape fabric this whole section right here, and then do the beds, have the bench, and have mulch. But I think that's too much. And I also want to keep in mind that my husband mows this yard, and he probably will continue to, honestly. So anything that's like extra for him to have to go around or weed eat around or whatever, I don't want to inconvenience him, because he's already coming over here and doing this as a favor to all of us, which is really sweet of him. So, so what Riley and I were talking about is they've got this cute triangle bed in here, and we talked about replacing this one little thing with like a rose or something. Riley said it would be pretty cool if we just mirrored that on this side to make it more symmetrical. And I agree. There's already like this little rock bed here, which is pretty cool. But if we just had some wood, we could create a triangle there to do some flowers. So then the idea was, if that's going to go there and we have the raised beds here, they're just backed up to this edge here, then my husband can still come in here and mow. And so we don't have to have landscape fabric and mulch to give her a bench, a place to sit or whatever. We just want the maintenance as easy as possible. So look, Ozzy is over there on the picnic table. by the plants. He just came out of the woods. So that's what we're going to do. So, and to make it like as minimal as possible, I'm going to do the landscape fabric just in the bottom of the thing. I'm not going to create like a whole other area. It's just going to be too much work without doing a lot of other things. Because the thing is anywhere where you're going to put the landscape fabric and then do mulch on top, you have to have an end. Like you have to have some kind of border when it's going to meet up to grass. You don't want the mulch to just meet up to the grass, especially in a really level spot like this. And so I would have to then get more supplies and the mulch, which we have none, and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, let's just get the vegetables in the ground. This is something too where you can add on to it. She could add more later. She could come back and be like, I bought some supplies. Will you come over? Because that's what she would say, because she's not going to do it. And, you know, put down landscape fabric, add mulch, add a fountain, whatever. It could really just be expanded on. So that'd be great. And maybe next year, if she wants to get 2 more beds, she could have 4 raised beds. But again, she's just going to be growing these things to be eating cucumbers and tomatoes fresh, and then to can like salsa and chow chow and stuff like that, and probably pickles. And that's it, because my mom loves to can, and those are the things that she'll can, so that's all she needs to grow. Now, on the day when we picked up the soil for this bed, because I was with her then, we got the same cheap topsoil, but then we got gnats or something. I also got these yellow bags. These are compost and cow manure. So my intent with that is I'm going to put down 2 bags in the bottom of the bed, and then spread out the manure bag, and then more topsoil. And then again, we'll fertilize, but that's going to add some amendments that are lacking in the topsoil. And I was just looking size of the beds, and I'm kind of worried it's not going to be enough soil. But the thing is it doesn't have to be perfect. I'd rather the flower one up front be full and look good, because it's going to be seen a lot. This just has to be enough soil for vegetables to grow. So if it's 70-80% full, that's totally fine. That is enough space to grow these vegetables. So we're going to work with what we've got, because we've already paid for all this, and we don't want to be making any more investments right now into the garden. So this is what we're doing. Okay, so what we have here today, what I brought over from my house, we have a Better Boy tomato, and then we've got these, the 2 cucumbers. I'm going to do 1 in each bed, and then I have these, that's a regular, okay, so we've got a couple of regular tomatoes and then some cherry tomatoes, because my mom loves those. So we got a Better Boy and a German pink. And then we've got a cherry tomato, which those are going to get huge. Cherry tomato and cherry tomatoes. So I think we'll do these 2 here. This is going to be a really full bed. Put you there. And then we're just going to do a couple of peppers. I brought red bells and banana peppers. I don't guess I had any regular green bell peppers that germinated. I didn't bring her jalapenos because she won't use them. So we'll do a red bell there. Yeah, I don't think she needs more than 1. And then a banana pepper there. Alright, so that's my planning. So my hands are really dirty, so I'm going to go ahead and get these planted before I wash up. Cucumbers. And my thoughts with the cucumber is it can just sprawl over the side unless she chooses to add some kind of support. Well, there we go. That one is good. I mean, you could even add mulch to the top of this to give it a little crisper look. Also would retain moisture really well in the summer. She may end up doing that. This would just probably be 1 bag of mulch. So that'll be cool. All right. Got my leftover peppers. Didn't even need my knee board. I'm gonna clean up real quick. Right, here's how these turned out. Really cute. This grass will grow back and heal, not look so damaged. But anyways, these are really cute. She does have some little planter stakes. She might want to label them too, back tomatoes, so she remembers what they are. But anyways, it looks cute. And I am going to have to rush off to a work meeting at my house. And she's still not back with the soil, so we'll be back with you in a little bit when we can wrap this up. Well, it is the same day and I'm back at Mom's with the road noise. Anyways, so I went ahead and got this bed planted up. I'm going to show it to you. We did add some soil. We even had some extra left over, which is nice. And you can see we are losing daylight because Mom and I have been sitting around talking. But so here's how it ended up looking. So we have the yellow hibiscus in the back of each. It's yellow with a burgundy center. Right here is this weird little annual that she got with little purple blooms. She picked up some yellow lantana. They may get too big for this spot. They're really cute size now and will be the next month, but they may eventually, if they don't sprawl out, we may have to cut them, kind of keep them trimmed back. And then in here, along the edge on both sides, I planted Morning Glory seeds that are pink and purple. I don't remember what variety. But so we just mirrored the same thing over here. We left this spot open. I told her she might as well find something similar to that to pop in there so it's symmetrical. So that will be really nice. And so, yeah, it's done now. Riley and I got the little mesh. It's got like a little netting on it. So that is really cute. Really happy with it and so glad to finally have that done and have the back done. Also, I'm not going to give you a tour of the flower beds right now. Over half of them still really need to be weeded. Mom's been working on it. I'm going to come over here in a couple days and help her work on that. And when I do, I will give you guys an update. It'll probably actually be better in a week or two. We've had so much rain. A lot of the flower petals are just like beat down or tore up. So things are bigger than when you originally saw them. But they look kind of haggard right now. Kind of sad. So it'd be better to see it. Probably even just a week of sun would do them a lot of good. So we'll see. So that'll be a video in itself, maybe the next week. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, I hope you like this project. It turned out super cute and just glad to finally have this done, especially the vegetables in the back, because now they can just get to growing and that's going to be great. Thanks for watching and I hope you guys have an awesome day.